Are aware of other challenges in terms of high unemployment rates, high number of out-of-school children, and so on and so forth. Therefore, following our training and our selection as part of the emerging Africa innovation leaders, we came together and came up with this idea. The Nigeria team therefore proposes the establishment of the Next Production Revolution Competence Center, NPRCC. The purpose of the NPRCC is to provide a multi-stakeholder, as you can see, it starts out to communities, government, academia, and industry, a platform for different stakeholders to come together and participate in the education, promotion, and diffusion of the next production revolution across various sectors and industry, whether it is manufacturing, to agriculture, to education, and so on and so forth. The center will be built on three main pillars: energy, mobility, and digitalization. So some of the SDGs that the center is expected to help Nigeria achieve are shown here. Those of us who were here earlier saw the video by Blessing, but briefly, what exactly is Next Production Revolution? I'm sure we've all come across a form of NPR in one way or another, but NPR simply means a confluence of new technologies, the latest technologies. For instance, digital technologies like 3D printing, advanced robotics, the Internet of Things, or new materials that are either bio or nano-based, or even new processes like data-driven production, AI, and synthetic biology. So like some of the speakers said earlier, there are definitely some elements of NPR that are already being used in the country. The vision of the NPR Competence Center is simple. It's to enable Nigeria to participate and take advantage of the next production revolution. And our mission is to promote innovation, partnerships, and knowledge sharing across the public and private sectors on policy, technologies, and other measures that are necessary to enable the leapfrogging of Nigeria to the next production revolution. So our NPR center, our NPR focus. So our main objectives are, of course, partnerships, bringing partners together, local and international partnerships, which is part of what we're doing with the World Manufacturing Forum and Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. We want to be a regional hub, bring players together from across West Africa to share knowledge and ideas on the next production revolution, to see how NPR can promote sustainable development in Nigeria in the areas of energy, mobility, and digitalization. And lastly, to actually carry out pilot projects where we can implement the next production revolution. So we have cases of best practices for NPR in Nigeria. So this is one of our pilot projects. It's a capacity building program on energy management systems that tries to promote energy efficiency in certain sectors like manufacturing, commercial sectors, power distribution companies, and public buildings. The next pilot project, which we hope to implement, is a mini-grid project that utilizes blockchain technology. So NPR sometimes is about taking something that exists, taking the old, and adding something new. Which answers, I think, a question asked by one lady: what happens to the old machines? You don't have to discard everything. So these are just some of our timelines, showing some of the things we've done so far and the next steps. So already we started the process of stakeholder engagement. Next, we want to embark on pilot project implementation, carry out the proper feasibility studies, develop the framework, and launch the NPRCC, where we hope we'll be able to gather you all again for the formal launching of the Next Production Revolution Competence Center. We're pleased to say that some of the stakeholders that we started engaging with are here present, like Development Bank of Nigeria, Rural Electrification Agency, and the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. But there are others who we can see here today also. So of course, why NPR and why do we think NPR can work in Nigeria? It's because of the potentials. there are lots of potentials for MPR in Nigeria. According to a certain study, the revenue potential for mini grids in Nigeria is 8 billion US dollars. So there's a lot of profit to be made in this area. In the transport sector, according to the National Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan, there's an opportunity of 3 trillion US dollars for investment opportunities across various areas of Nigeria's transport sector. Our e-commerce sector, which Madam Williams spoke about earlier, is estimated to be worth 13 billion and is growing. And then also, Nigeria is Africa's largest economy, with the largest mobile market with 150 million subscribers and a penetration rate of 84%. So we can see that Nigeria is actually ripe for the next production revolution. So these are the members of Team Nigeria who were introduced earlier. Thank you very much for listening.